Soldier of Christ reporting for duty. How's it going, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. Today, what I wanted to talk about was whether it's sort of like a sin to wish for others to go to hell. Now, from personal experience, I haven't made too many personal enemies just yet. There are some people that I definitely would prefer to avoid, and people that just, I don't like really all that much or whatnot. But I can't say there's necessarily anyone that I would want to go to hell. But let's consult the Bible and see what it says. So if you turn to Romans chapter 12, verse 14, it speaks, "Bless them which persecute you, bless, and curse not." As well, if you look a bit further down and go to verse 19, it speaks, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." And keeping that in mind, it's very important to understand that, us ourselves are not supposed to take vengeance. And, it's really not within our rights to, want to, like, sort of condemn people to hell. Because although I haven't made too many enemies, personal enemies currently, there are some people I remember that I did not like at all. And, I would remember wanting sort of like bad things to happen to them. And it's sort of like, if you have sort of like a grudge against someone, it's sort of like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Sort of like that term that many people speak about. But that does bring up a very good point, because a lot of times when we are sort of have like this hatred towards someone or wanting vengeance against someone, we sort of just think about it, and it sort of eats us up inside when, they're not even thinking about it. They're just kind of minding their own business, and they're not thinking about how they affected us. And of course, that's not always the case, but in many ways it is. And it's, again, sort of just like drinking the vial of poison and expecting the other person to die. And also wishing for other people to go to hell. It's important to realize that, you know, sometimes even when people do apologize to us and say that they are sorry for what they've done to us, there's still like a little part of us that might want vengeance. And again, we're supposed to wait for God to repay them and to not sort of repay them ourselves. But when they do apologize to us, and sort of when they do admit that they are wrong in this circumstance, of course, we're supposed to forgive them, not 7 times, but 77 times. Sort of when we forgive them, we're supposed to understand that, you know, for all the times that we've sinned against God, for all of the wrong we've did, God forgave us for that. And accepting that and understanding that God wants us to love our neighbor, and to understand that, even though people might sin against us, God wants us to forgive them for what they've done when they apologize, and to understand that, sometimes even if you do believe that they're your enemy and someone that isn't necessarily someone that, you might get along with, it's still important to show love for them, and to love your neighbor and whatnot. Again, at the end of the day, we've all done wrong. And people think about, sometimes people just think about, oh, this person did me wrong, this person did me real wrong, and they're like, oh, they deserve to go to hell for that, you know and whatnot. But at the same time, those same people, if they did someone else wrong like that, they'd be like, "Oh, please forgive me. I've done, it was just a minor mistake, but you can forgive me for that." And sort of like when you begin to personalize it, it helps them to understand that, we do need forgiveness, and that that's the reason why God wants us to forgive so much, is because, He understands that us as humans, people, that we need forgiveness in order to understand how we are also just humans at the end of the day. And that's pretty much all I wanted to get to today. Kind of a short video, but hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, please perhaps consider subscribing, leaving a like or dislike, and maybe commenting down below about what you think, or perhaps joining my Discord. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Soldier of Christ, out.